Hey guys, this is Lashette from Scarlet Moon Creations, and I am back with my February wrap up and maybe some March books too. Not maybe. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so it's been a while. I had planned to read more in February. I had planned to do a lot more in March, and that's not going so well. At this point, I've read a total of 5 books in March, and there's only 1 week left at the time of my filming this. So that's why I might combine some things. If you haven't noticed, somehow, I have not been talking about my reading stats, and there is a very good reason for that. Because I grew to quite honestly dread putting in those images here in my videos, and also keeping up with my reading spreadsheet and doing the call pile rating system, while helpful, also took more time and I would always be behind on my spreadsheet. Now I am using Storygraph, which has stuff in there. It's not perfect, but it is good because I don't have to do all of the work. But I still have to say that it's not going to be perfect, because when I do blended reading, which I've been doing more and more lately, an audiobook and an ebook, or an audiobook and a physical book, like Storygraph doesn't give me that option. So, and for some reason it has me reading these books. But I read a total of 7 books in February. Most of them were fast because they were shorter, novellas, manga, comics, that kind of thing. Mostly, yeah, under 300 pages. I don't think I read an audiobook that month, but 3 manga, 2 fantasy. Mostly print, 75% print, 25% digital, all in English. My average rating was 3.5 stars. Oh wait, I do have an audiobook. Why is there no audiobook information? Why is that? It says I have minutes read, but those are my stats from Storygraph. I have to remind myself, like, I'm not doing this to become, the biggest YouTuber or the best reviewer. I'm doing this because I need an outlet to talk about all the damn books that I read. And I read a lot because I enjoy reading. That's it. As far as making friends, that would be nice too, but that's second. A close second, but second. Not doing things that I dread is important. The next book that I completed in the month of February was Nice House on the Lake, Volume 1 by James Tynion IV. This is a collected edition, I guess the February pick for the Realm of Comics book club. Horror, but we've read a lot of James Tynion IV because Ashley from Bookish Realm, who is one of the hosts for the book club, loves this. Is her favorite comic book writer. We've got Alvaro Martinez Bueno as an illustrator and Jordi Belair as an illustrator. I read the digital edition of this, and it came out last year. So, same writer as Something is Killing the Children, which story-wise, same here. This includes issues 1 through 6, so we kind of have a cliffhangery end, as happens with comic books. This group of friends were all invited to this vacation at a vacation house by their mutual friend Walter. He sends them all an email like, I really want to get all of us together, and I won't take no for an answer. If you need me to help you get out of commitments or to bully you into coming or to help pay, let me know and I will do that. And we basically start off the story with one of the friends I'm being vague for a reason. One of the friends talking about how she first met Walter, and she's kind of on the periphery of the friend group, the newest of the friends. She doesn't know most of the others that well. She met Walter at like a bar or something. Anyway, so they she talks about how, she first met Walter, and then like she's walking up to the house as one of the earliest arrivals, and it's a gorgeous home. Like the type you see on HGTV where it's these millionaire owners or billionaire owners, and it's in the middle of the woods away from it all, and Walter has supplied them with all kinds of activities. Like, there is a lake, there's plenty of rooms and all of that stuff. Just the perfect sort of natural getaway vacation home. But things are not what they seem to be. So, like, we know this going in. It's James Tinian. There's gonna be like a horror aspect, and once again, Ashley and Bree got me reading these horror things, and I'm into it, but still a bit put off because I don't know how bad it's gonna get, like how far I can go before I'm out. It's mysterious. There's some anxieties. Over the course of the 6 issues, they start finding out sort of kind of why they're really there. We start finding out things about each person. But I will say this, it's not perfect because it's confusing. This is not like 5 or 6 friends. There are 12 people that we're following here, including Walter, or not including Walter. You see what I mean? Like, I'm still, is it 12 with Walter? There are different personalities. They are not referred to by their real names. The artwork is good, a little too sketchy for me because I literally had problems telling people apart. And after the live show discussion, I think that was kind of purposefully done, because once they start realizing things and you start learning more about these people, like their personalities, not just their jobs or how they know each other or how they know Walter, but like full stories and backgrounds and flashbacks and stuff, they seem clearer as people and whatnot. What would I give this? 4 stars? Because the artwork and the confusion on who is who definitely takes away from it. But the intrigue, the premise, since they are all kind of different personality types, it's interesting to see how each person reacts differently and how that affects each other. This is a bit of a character study type comic as well, which, yeah, and then, Walter, and why are they really here? Like, that overarching plot and what's going on is just like, this is where I'm going to start mixing things up, because we did that live show and Elise's was like, hey guys, volume 2 comes out in March. And so I have read volume 2. I gave this one 5 stars. Yes. Okay, I did not read this physically, but I get annoyed with not having a physical copy. Like, to have to edit in the picture is so much extra work. So I requested physical so I could do this video. Yes, I gave that 5 stars. So obviously the story continues, and it's like, oh, holy shit. This just literally came out. Now everyone knows, but do they? There are more flashbacks in this one than there was in the previous volume, and like, what can I say? I don't know. That's why I needed to do this all in one video, guys. there are some reveals, and it's just like, and then the very, very end, another cliffhanger because the story's not done yet. But the implications. This volume is issues 7 through 12. Yeah, there are only 12 out, so it's gonna be a while before, man. The manipulation is very interesting also because this is a friend group. Some may have drifted apart. They're all connected to Walter, but majority of them know each other. Violent things do happen in this. This is not for children, very much for adults, because it's on page. Trigger warnings for self-harm, definitely suicidal ideation, and attempt at suicide. Some, like I said, it's definitely manipulation, particularly towards the end it becomes clear about that. So, but it's like, you are friends, and one of the big draws for this, both volumes for me, was the fact that this is a friend group. This is something I would love to do with my friends. This is something I would totally, guys, come on, I don't have money to be like, yo, I'll support you if you don't got it. I can't do that. Maybe one day. But, like, sort of kind of done this with a smaller group of friends, and everybody was going through it, so, like, the relatability is there. But how do you think about, like, your friends in these dire situations, and you feel like you know what's best for them, and you try to manipulate them into doing what's best for them? And also, on another side or perspective, is you know your friends and their personalities and the conclusions they'll come to and the things that they will do, and so you plan for those things to happen, and give them the outcome that they want in a way so that they feel better or feel empowered. That's, that's a thing to think about. So yes, that is The Nice House on the Lake, which I hope continues relatively soon. It seems there has not been new individual issues this year, but yeah, it looks like he does like 6 issues a year, so here's hoping there's more to come. On to my manga bracket. I read volume 2 of the series that won, Spy Family by Tatsuya Endo. Volume 3 was the last book I read in the month of February. So this series is very fun and interesting. If you do not know, we're following this spy, Twilight, who is a master at disguise. His newest mission given to him by his supervisors and the government is he has to infiltrate a very prestigious private school where one of, I guess, the members of the board or something like that is someone who they think will create a war between his country and another country. I'm gonna be honest, they keep that part really vague, like the 2 countries. It's like one is the eastern country and one is the western country. Which is which? Like, that what country does Twilight belong to? I don't know, I get confused. Keeping it real. 100%. And to infiltrate this school, his cover has to be a family. It's a kid's school. He can't just go in on his own. So his job is now to get a child and a wife. And he picks up a child from an orphanage who, unbeknownst to him, is a telepath. And then he finds a wife from, it seems like, this secretary who, again, unbeknownst to him, is an assassin. This is her. Then they start the thing to enter the school, having secrets from each other, He has not explained to either of them that, this is a mission, obviously. And, I mean, Anya, the kid, knows because she's a telepath. But she's a child, a very young child, so she doesn't fully understand everything. And she's influenced by TV and whatnot. And she's absolutely adorable. The wife, clearly doesn't know everything. She thinks she's helping this guy out, and he's helping her because her brother and her co-workers have been harping and bullying her about being in a relationship and being married or whatever. And so they figure they can help each other out. And yeah, so they're trying to infiltrate this school and find out everything. In this book, Yor's brother comes on the scene, and he is not that he's more than he seems to be as well, and that was absolutely hilarious. Let's give this one a 4 stars. This was fun and quite ridiculous. Because Anya's now in the school getting started and feeling pressure, and that's all very cute. Actually, this is a little more lighthearted, so I'm going to give this one a 3.5. The 4th volume I picked up in March, so let's just talk about it. In this volume, they get a dog in a very convoluted, all over the place type of way. Generally amuses me because they are that type of family. I'm giving this one 4 stars though, because the action, the intensity, also we learn more about the issue between the countries and exactly how serious it is and how dangerous it is, how it can affect regular citizens such as themselves or their covers, and how the government goes about doing things, how maybe one country is more of the bad guy than the other. Like we come really close to this war getting set off in this Tankobon volume. This is a little off from the main plot line of them infiltrating the school, but still very good. And look at the dog. He is absolutely cuddly. 4 stars on this one. The last book I'm going to talk to you about is Children of the Whales, Volume 8. And it's another manga. Is a series that I have been reading. I read this in March. So I concluded with Volume 3 of Spy Family and The Nice House on the Lake, Volume 1. That was the last of my February reads. In March, I started with Spy Family, Volume 4, and The Nice House on the Lake, Volume 2. The 3rd book I completed in March was Children of the Whales, Volume 8. And this is a series by Abby Umeda. It's more fantasy than anything. We're following the people of the mud whale who are on this mud type ship sailing on a sea of sand. They have always been on this sea of sand. They know nothing else. It seems like their ancestors, the people before them, knew nothing else either. They are comprised of 2 kind of types of people. There are the marked and the unmarked. The marked live very short lives but have this magical ability, and the unmarked live regular human-like lives, but they do not have this magical ability. And like I said, these people have been on the mud whale for quite some time and never seen or heard of any other peoples until one day they come across another ship similar to the mud whale that seems to be deserted. So they've never seen another ship before, so they cross over, and in exploring this other mud whale, they find a young girl who is alive and by herself. From the outside world, the unknown. After that, things start picking up. They start learning new things and about themselves, the ship, and the outer world. And in this volume, which I rated 2.5 stars, they are headed with a new ally to their land country, and they have learned, like I said, some very important things about themselves and the ship, or some of them have, and they're trying to figure out what to do. But there's some infighting, some factions on the ship that are like no, and some others who like to create havoc and chaos. And some people are just going through it, having learned all this new information. They don't know how to see themselves. Then we get a glimpse of the Empire and what's going on there, which was confusing. I didn't love this edition. It felt kind of fillery. After the last volume, it's just like, but certain people had lots to think about. I just feel like we didn't really get anywhere, which was frustrating, I guess. So yeah, 2.5. It wasn't bad. It wasn't anything. So those are the books I'm telling you about. I guess those are the first half of the books I read in the month of March, because it is March 26th and there's only 2 other books I have to tell you about. But guys, like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you are new, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out. I don't know when that will be, but I'm going to try doing a very special video that has nothing to do with books, so it's more of a divination, tarot, oracle card video, but there obviously will be a March wrap-up. And let's see, leave me a little ship emoji in the comments below if you made it this far. And guys, links in the description to everything I talked about here today, as well as my Storygraph and Goodreads if you would like to follow me there. My social media, Twitter, Instagram, if you would like to be friends there, though I do talk more about books on Twitter than I do Instagram. Not that it never shows up, but if you want to be friends on Instagram, that's fine. I follow plenty of bookstagrammers without really posting much bookish content. It's just easier for me, I found, to just type text, and Twitter is best for that. When it comes to talk books outside of like these videos, that's why. But yeah, let's see. Also, 10% off discount code to my Etsy shop where I make all natural bath and body products, as well as do tarot and oracle card readings for mundane and spiritual purposes. If you would like to purchase anything, use that code specifically for you guys. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.